This video will show you how to make the bar graphs for your experiment. First, you want to set it up like this, exactly like this, without any other spaces. You have the control, the experimental, and right underneath of it, the number of experimental, say, leaves, or the number of experimental flowers, and the number of control leaves or seeds, or whatever it happens to be. So you have this for, say, the seeds, or this for the leaves, or this for the flowers. Then you will select. You click here, click, and then drag to select the things that are going to be in the graph. Once you've selected it, you can come up here to the top where it says charts. And you want to select a column chart because it's going to make a bar graph. I think this is probably the easiest choice, but you can also try some of these 3D ones if you want to try a 3D one. Kids tend to like those, but go ahead and do this. And then as soon as you hit that, boom, there you have your graph. Now it's still missing a lot of things. You'll probably want to work with it a little bit bigger, so I'm going to drag it to just make the graph a little bit bigger as I'm working. You can see it's missing your titles and all that fun stuff. When you have the chart selected, you have the options up here to go to chart layout. From chart layout, you can put in a title. You just click here and say, I'm going to do a title above the chart, and we'll say that this is the leaves. And then we're going to need a label down on the side, so I'll put a label on the side, or on the below. We'll do below first. These are the experimental groups. And then we'll need a label over on the side. And this will be the number of leaves. You won't need, it has a little series thing over here. It always puts it over here. You don't need that. Just click on it and hit delete. It will go away. I don't like the size of the fonts right now. It'd be really hard to read things. If you just click on something, you go back to home where you can actually change the font size. You can change the font to whatever you want. So you can just make it a little bit bigger so it's actually readable. I'll do that with all these things here real quickly, just so I can actually read the fonts when you display these graphs in your presentation. Alright, and there you have your basic graph, but we can make it a lot prettier, just to kind of give you an idea of how you do that. If you click on, like the bars, for instance, and you go over to, come on, there we go, yeah, you go over to chart, to format, and click on fill. I like to go down to fill effects. I've already found a picture on the internet that has to do with plants, and I threw it on my desktop. I think you guys all know how to do that. And I'm going to use that picture for my bars. Oh, I meant to do the bars. I'll hit cancel. Alright, bars. And fill effects. Like I said, to get the bars, all I did is click on them. And we're going to choose the picture from my desktop. And there we go. Now it's on the bars. And then I can do a fill for the background as well. And just click on the background, click fill, fill effects, and come down and choose picture texture, choose the picture. Once it's on my desktop, and I'm going to use this one. For the background picture, I tend to like to make it kind of transparent so that you can still see what's going on, and it doesn't actually interfere with it. And I'll say OK. For this one here, I tend to try to make that no fill, and that way the other one just shows through. And then you have your graph. When you are finished making your graph, if you control click on the graph, on the bar right here, you can do save picture, save as picture. I control and then click, and you just save as picture. You want to save it as a JPEG. And I'll just save this to my desktop, and we'll call it leaves, and hit save. And then we will have it on our desktop. I can show you right there. We've got the leaves, and then you can take this picture and we can plop it in your project at any time.